It's early on a Monday morning, and NFL free agency is officially here, about to begin later on today, 12 o'clock Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. We're going to go through all of the latest Niners free agency buzz on the show, and it's all presented by Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping for all of the faithful by heading to manscaped.com/49ers. The best men's grooming products below the waist, but also they've entered the beard game as well for all the bearded homies out there. We'll tell you more about those products coming up later on today's San Francisco 49ers report. So the latest Niners free agency buzz is on tap for today's show, with the tampering period set to start 12 o'clock Eastern at 9 a.m. Pacific. And before we get started, folks, we're less than 800 people away from 80,000 subscribers. And once we get there, it's going to be a big celebration in which we get a Jerry Rice jersey to ring in 80,000 subscribers. And throughout this week, we'll be talking about every single move that the Niners make. We'll be going live. We'll be doing regular videos like this. You don't want to miss it, and turn on your notifications. Therefore, anytime we do push out a video, you will be notified. To really set the stage for what the Niners are going to do in NFL free agency, they made a move last night, re-signing Tashaun Gipson. We didn't know the contract details when I recorded it because we put out a show right after that news was made official. So, for Tashaun Gipson, one-year deal worth up to $2.9 million, guaranteed cash, 2.17. Go check out that video right now. Healthy market awaiting for Jake Brendel, the 49ers center. That according to a lot of reports out there, because Brendel played pretty well after he took the reins at center last year. First year as a starter in this league, after being a veteran journeyman, played pretty well. A lot of teams out there in need of some center help, and that's why Jake Brendel could have a nice little market. Aaron Wilson with this, that Jake Brendel has multiple teams interested in him heading into NFL free agency. That includes the Houston Texans, the San Francisco 49ers, and a pair of AFC teams. Healthy market awaits for a starting center who's coming off a strong season. And I'll tell you this, the 49ers must tread lightly here. A center in Kyle Shanahan's offense is very important. And if you remember back in 2020, it was a turnstile at that position. That's why they brought in Alex Mack for 2021. When he left, big shoes to fill. Jake Brendel was able to fulfill those big shoes. And this Niners offense played well, in particularly because Brendel was able to step in and play some pretty good football. If you don't bring back Jake Brendel because he's too much money, a couple of centers who could be made available and who are available. In Tennessee, Ben Jones, who made it to a Pro Bowl last year, he was cut by the Titans last week. And in Indianapolis, the Indianapolis Colts could trade away a very good center in Ryan Kelly. Those two names to keep an eye out for San Francisco if they do not retain Jake Brendel in free agency. With that, today's poll question is this: which free agent do the 49ers need to re-sign? Drop me a name down in the comment section. As always, we want to hear from the faithful. Another name to watch, it's Odell Beckham Jr. I think it's ludicrous, the reports that we saw on Sunday, that OBJ is looking for a $20 million per year contract. There's just no way that he's going to land that money for a guy who didn't play last year, who suffered 2 torn ACLs, and that's why he sat out last year. Did he look good in his private workout on Friday in Arizona? No doubt about it. And we're talking about OBJ because the San Francisco 49ers were there at that private workout. 1 year, $10 million? I'm down. $20 million? No way. Niners can't afford it, and there's no way that OBJ is going to get that regardless of how he looked. To another wide receiver, where there are trade rumors surrounding him, Brandon Aiyuk. According to reports out there, several teams have called the San Francisco 49ers about Brandon Aiyuk. And as of right now, the Niners not entertaining any deals. It's easy to see why. Now, an interesting scenario is approaching for the Niners. Brandon Aiyuk is heading into year 4. The Niners have a deadline to exercise his 5th-year option, and once he becomes a free agent, as he could have 2 more years of team control this year and that 5th-year option, he could cash in between $20, $25 million, and honestly maybe more if the wide receiver market does expand as well as the salary cap. Why? Brandon Aiyuk has emerged every single year that he's been in the league. He's gotten better every single year that he's been in the National Football League. I think Brandon Aiyuk is the most underrated wide receiver in the NFL. I think he's one of the best route runners with some of the cleanest footwork. I think his route running is beautiful. He's slippery in the open field. Being able to pick up yards after the catch is underrated in his game because everybody wants to focus on his teammate as Deebo Samuel being one of the best yak wide receivers in the NFL. I think that Aiyuk plays a lot bigger than he is. And if Aiyuk were to be featured heavily in a pass-happy offense as the number one option, I think that he could be, and at some point he will be, a 1,300-yard receiver. That's how good I think Aiyuk is. I wouldn't trade him away because you're not going to get a player in the first round who's better than Brandon Aiyuk. San Francisco cannot get cheap here. Don't trade him away because you want to save money. This is an important pillar of your football team. So type LGB for Let's Go Brandon if you think Brandon Aiyuk is a baller. And before we continue to keep it moving, please give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior. Really trying to especially grow my Instagram page. I'm going to be tweeting out. I'm going to be sending out posts on both social media platforms all throughout free agency. Nice little graphics, video takes, and all that, and a whole lot more. So hit me up at Chase_Senior. Before we continue to keep it moving, today's show presented by Manscaped, the Weed Whacker 2.0. For all the ladies out there, and for those of you who have a significant other or you're looking for one, if you have a bunch of hair coming out of your nostrils, you're not going to land that date. You're not going to land that girl. You're not going to land that person in general. That's where the Weed Whacker 2.0 comes in, and you can get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/49ers. But also, with Manscaped, they have entered the beard game as well. They have some great beard products. So the new Weed Whacker 2.0, it's great. Go ahead and tell the world that the leaders in below-the-waist grooming traveling north of your South Pole with the revolutionary grooming products. The new Weed Whacker 2.0 and their new beard line confirms they have the best tools for your hygiene toolbox. Time for you to upgrade your game by heading to manscaped.com/49ers. Promo code 49ers. The Beard Hedger Pro Kit, it's also the ultimate package that makes it easier than ever to craft your signature look. All starts with the cordless electric beard hedger. The beard hedger, tough on hair, but it'll have you looking clean. Waterproof cordless trimmer, rotary wheel gives you 20 hair cutting lengths, all with one guard, so no more messy drawers full of extra add-ons. The Pro Kit also comes with 4 dermatologist-tested formulations for your post-trim care. This includes Manscaped's beard shampoo, conditioner, beard oil, and beard balm to moisturize, style, and shimmer your new beard. So one more time, beard like a pro with Manscaped and join the 7 million men who trust them. Promo code 49ers, manscaped.com/49ers. Next up, Mike McGlinchey. So long, Mike McGlinchey. I think it's inevitable that he's going to leave because he's going to cash in free agency. He said the other day, if this is it, then I just want to say thank you to everyone. And he continued by saying, it's been as fun for me as it's been for everybody else. My family and I forever grateful for the faithful, the 49ers, the Yorks, John and Kyle, everybody there. If this is it, then I just want to say thank you to everyone. Now, Riley Reif could be a replacement. Those are the rumors out there for San Francisco. Probably better than going to a Colton McKivitz or a Nick Zakelj. Anytime that somebody talks about their current employer or their current team in past tense, I think that the writing is on the wall that that individual is going to leave and they're aspiring for greener pastures, or in McGlinchey's case, more money. He's going to get at least $15 million per year. My guess, the Chicago Bears. As for Jimmy Garoppolo, some teams interested in him. New York Jets, because we don't know if they're going to trade for Aaron Rodgers. Houston Texans have some questions at quarterback. So too do the Las Vegas Raiders. Carolina Panthers being mentioned here might be able to take them out after they traded with the Chicago Bears to move up to number 1 overall. It's going to be Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson. Probably not Will Levis, but I think you could take the Panthers out of the equation for Jimmy Garoppolo. And with him, certainly a tumultuous up-and-down tenure in San Francisco. It included a couple of NFC Championship games. It included a Super Bowl appearance back in 2019. So I think that he's leaving as well. So let's pivot to this question. Your one word to describe Garoppolo's tenure in San Francisco. Successful works. He won about 70% of his starts, won a lot of games for this organization. Bumpy, injured, a couple of other one words that come to mind. Door not closed on Robbie Gould. This coming from The Athletic. One of the clutchest field goal kickers of all time, who's gone 29 for 29 in his playoff career, is going to test the free agency market. Could he return, though? The Athletic saying that there is a chance that he is going to come back to San Francisco, but Eddie Pinheiro could also be an option. Also coming from The Athletic, Azeez Al-Shaair. We've literally been talking about this since DeMeco Ryans took the head coaching job with the Houston Texans. He is believed to go and follow DeMeco to Houston to maybe have that green dot on his helmet as the go-to linebacker for Houston. Niners also losing multiple other players. It includes Samson Ebukam potentially, who could cash in. Jimmy Ward, who could get a nice little payday. Charles Ameni, who could get paid. And Tarvarius Moore, maybe. Look, he picked off, Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl back in 2019. And at that point, you're thinking he's going to become a good player. 2 years ago in 2021, he popped his Achilles. Last year, primarily a special teamer. If there's a team that wants to take a chance on a guy who was drafted in the third round, ran a good 40-yard dash, and they think that he can be a plug-and-play starter who has some experience, if you can get that money, Tarvarius Moore, or just get that playing time to prove that you can actually be a really solid starter in this league, go elsewhere. He does not have a role with San Francisco because you have Talanoa Hufanga. Now you have Deshaun Gibson. I think Jimmy Ward is going to leave. Niners might sign a safety for cheap, or maybe they draft somebody to have Hufanga and Gibson start to groom them. Before we hop on out of here, another reminder, please subscribe to us here on the San Francisco 49ers Report. Less than 800 people away from 80,000 subscribers. And when we get there, we're honoring the GOAT in Jerry Rice. Appreciate all of y'all for watching. And once free agency starts today, you can expect us to push out shows and go live. It's going to be a blast.